what's up, fellas? We're going into the tech line at Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0. We are in Noble, Oklahoma at the world-famous Thunder Valley Racecourse. Once we get out of tech, we're going to get our pits set up a little bit better, and we hope to be racing by about 3 or 4 o'clock.
We got the car.
Hey Hunter, you may be wondering, but we did just pass tech to the 10-0 class. We did just do our little parade lap down the track here, 30 miles an hour. I really like that when tracks do that because they give you a chance to see where the shutdown lane is. I've been here 3 or 4 times, but it's still nice. Kind of get a refresher. Not every track's the same. We're going to talk about a little bit in that little parade video, but there's 2 shutdown areas here, and so we usually take the second one because unless you're trapping under 100, this first one's kind of hard to hit, and you're really going to be into the brakes, and it's just as unsafe. You got plenty of space. It is currently 10 to 11, and we aren't going to be racing till at least 3, so that's when they're starting calling classes. I have no idea what order they're going to call the classes in, so I mean it could be 4 o'clock by the time we run, or 5, but it looks like it's going to be a nice day. The track's drying out. It did rain this morning, but it's clearing up, so we're going to try to run a pretty easy pass to start out with. I think the car should make about 19 pounds of boost. Honestly, we've only done a pull through like first gear and part of second, so this will be the first time going through first, second, and third. So if I see anything wrong during the pass, we're going to abort, and so we'll see how that goes. But we need to get some data, and we just kind of ran out of time to do much street testing, and also it's a lot safer to test the track, and you get more consistent data. You don't have to worry about bumps and curves and other cars and things like that. We have it set up on our AEM CD7 dash, where I have the AFR like 3 inches tall, you can see it really well, and then RPM, and then boost, which is kind of the 3 things I want to keep track of, because with these larger turbos, even at 19 pounds, this car feels a little faster than I think it did last year at like 23, and so I want to be able to see the boost in real time, because it feels like it's over boosting because it's making more power than usual, but it's not. So I just want to see if it loads up in 3rd gear, if it tries to run 30 pounds of boost or something like that. We don't have the data around to support that, so I want to let off at that point. I think we got the ECU set off to kind of intervene if it gets over 25 pounds. We are running the Haltech Elite 2500. Pretty much all the latest things that you can do to a Haltech Elite 2500, drive-by-wire, dual widebands. We have the CAN bus enabled for a CAN gauge, and it is compatible with the AEM CAN dash, so that's nice. It's also, the CAN dash is still logging infinitely, so they have so much capacity they can log for days. Basically, I think it is literally like 28 hours that they can log for. The Haltech is set up to log when you go over a certain amount of throttle, but we're going to try to also take a PC log while we're going down the track too, just in case. It's really frustrating. You make a pass and you come back and you got no data, so we got 3 logs. We're going to have data unless, God really doesn't want us to. I hope he's on our side today. We're hoping for that. So we're going to have data. We're going to make a gentle pass at 19 pounds. I mean, if the car makes a complete pass, doesn't stutter, doesn't miss a gear, doesn't hit the rev limiter, everything feels okay, that's going to be a success in my book. After that, we'll review the data. We'll determine if driving techniques needs adjustment, shift points. The Haltech is shifting are automatic. So this year we're not using the shift box we were last year, which worked really well, but we just wanted the advantages of the Haltech shift in the transmission. Like for instance, I have it set up to pull 2 or 3 degrees of timing as it changes gear, and so we'll kind of have to feel around if that's enough or if that's too much. I think it's going to help a little bit with the hard parts in the transmission, and also try to keep the clutches alive, because we have all the best upgrades we can put in this transmission, but it's still asking a lot once we turn this thing up with this heavy car, getting it down the track. We probably still weigh 3,400 pounds, probably 36 with me in there. I'm pretty heavy myself. Next year, I need to lose about 50 pounds because that'll give me half 10. So, and I think, you know, Brent's kind of having a hard time with the door bars. So, interested at least getting a little bit more spelt. We'll see. Nick's the only guy that can really climb around like a monkey in the car. Hunter can too, and so we're kind of jealous.
Monkey boys.
You know, it's not like we didn't do this on our own. So I'm not, you know, wanting you to feel sorry. But we'll see how it goes, and if everything's good, we'll turn it up. If it runs a 10 anything today, I'm going to be absolutely thrilled. With a race like this, you've got to end on a high note, and so, you know, if we come out and we run a 1090 by some miracle, I don't think so, but if we do, might call it a day. You know, look at the data, come back and fight again tomorrow. We have 4 tracks, but 5 events to go to. We're going to Tulsa twice, and we're going to here twice. So I guess we only have 3 tracks, but we got a long week ahead of us. We got a lot of street driving. We're going to Ennis, Texas tomorrow, which we don't have the route yet, but it's probably 300 or 400 miles. So, you know, we're going to take it carefully, and so I hope nobody is, you know, thinking we're going to hit a grand slam on day 1. If we hit one at all, I'll be super happy. I know Nick is like, you know, turn it up right on.
Crank it up
right now. But it's like, he doesn't really mean that. He's the carefulest guy when it comes to tuning engines as anybody. So he can like hear when stuff doesn't sound right. It's kind of like Ray. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll try to get these up, you know, on the day that they occur. It's not going to be in real time, but we'll try to do the best we can. Yeah, obviously, we're going to be here till 10 or 11 o'clock probably.
Zach's wife also out here driving a Toyota truck. Yeah, it is a Toyota with a 2JZ. It's a little husband-wife out here.